Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Legendary Leaders. I am your host, Katrina Jameson. I'm the founder of Legend Leaders, where we arm female business leaders with the strategies they need to live a legendary life on their terms. If you listened to me last week, I hope that you did. If you didn't and you're joining for the first time, welcome. We are talking about why we as women feel trapped, why we even trap ourselves, right? Why we're trapped in our corporate careers. What happens that causes us to feel that way? And just like we talked about last week, many times it's due to the things we tell ourselves. Now, no doubt there were probably times, or there may have been times, or a very specific time where you had someone in a position of authority in the organization come and tell you something, gave you some sort of feedback that caused you to question yourself, right? I call it the too much conversation, where they tell you you're too much. And in a moment, right, in the split second, they take what you think are your gifts, your assets, and they make you feel like they're gaps and they're problems you need to solve. Okay? And so when those things happen, those conversations, those little side remarks, those passive comments, passive aggressive comments rather, all of those things will cause us to start questioning, right? Okay, what did he or she really mean by that? What do I need to do to solve that problem? And we start to think or perceive there are problems there sometimes when maybe there aren't problems. But nonetheless, conversations, listening to bits and pieces, trying to put pieces together, we do all of these things. We take those bits and pieces, we digest them, and we create a story in our heads. We create what is called a false belief. And a false belief is really simple. It's just something that we believe is true, but in reality, it isn't. And when we create those false beliefs, those are the things that motivate us to take action or prevent us from taking action. And in this instance, it's very much preventing us from taking action. So, let me talk about culture for just a second. If we have folks come in and tell us things like, hey, you owe this company, or, we've given you so much. We talked about that last week, right? Where we tell ourselves, man, the company took a risk on me. They took a chance. I can't leave them. But if we have other people telling us that, if we have leaders who are in high-level leadership saying that to the broader organization, that you owe the company, right? The company is really counting on you because we've taken risks on a lot of you. If that's the message that's going out, then one of the things I want you to think about, because this is really important, hugely important. If you have leaders saying those things, it's not just you telling yourself that, it's the organization saying that, then I'm going to tell you that's an opportunity with their culture. That is a problem. When you have a culture and you have a company that has created a culture around making people feel like they owe that company something, there's an obligation there, that they're not free to come and go, then that's a problem. That is a culture that you do not want to have a part of. And so I pray and I hope that that is not a culture that you're working in. But if it is, then that could be your opportunity. That could be why you feel trapped. Obviously, if you have leaders telling you that, then you're naturally going to feel trapped. It's not in your head, it's what you're hearing. And so before I go any further, I wanted to acknowledge the culture piece, because I do get questions. And I have had some women tell me that they've been told outright in a very large corporate meeting that hey, the company has taken risks, that a lot of people have been promoted, right? It normally happens at a very large promotional conversation. Hey, look at all these widespread promotions that have happened in the company. We've taken a risk on all you guys because not a lot of you are ready, but the company needs you to step up. And they really mean it to be motivating, but it's not motivating. You feel trapped. And so if that's what's being said to you, that's not in your head, that's actually what you're hearing, and that is a culture I would challenge you to step out of. Or at least go ask more questions about. Minimally, go have conversations. All right? Now, many of you may be sending me messages, you may DM me. I welcome all of your feedback as always. Please do that. If you're working in a culture that's like that, if you are telling yourself you're trapped, but you think you may have been hearing it other places and you're unsure, reach out to me. That's what I'm here for. Find me in the Facebook group. Find me on the Facebook page, LinkedIn. It doesn't matter. I'm there on all of the platforms. Send me a private message. I would love to chat with you. I am here to support you. Now, let's move to this next topic because it goes right into it, okay? This topic is not about the, oh, I'm so loyal, right? Oh my gosh, they've given me so much. This one is, hey, I've made a commitment to this organization. I've made a commitment to this team. I can't leave because I always follow through on my commitments. This is another PC example, right? It's another example where it sounds really good. It sounds really good to us. It's a story that we can get behind because it doesn't sound weak. It doesn't sound like we're being a coward. It doesn't sound like we're being fearful, right? It sounds strong. It sounds courageous. Like, hey, look, I told this team I'm going to go to battle with them, and I am, right? It sounds like this warrior stance. And so because it feels strong, it's very easy to say. It's very comfortable to say we feel strength in that statement. But I want to challenge you again. Is there really strength there? Consciously, it sounds great. Subconsciously and from our heart, is it really what we feel? Is it really our truth? We have to get to our truth. If we don't, we're not going to find the answers. So why is it that a lot of women, why do we tell ourselves, I'm going to battle with this team, right? Hey, I've given my word. I've committed myself to this company in this role. I am staying in it. Why do we do that? I'm asking. I want you to think about it. There was a pause there intentionally. Have you ever told yourself that? I have. I've told myself that. Told myself that in several different positions in my career. Because we do love our team. If we don't love the company, if we've lost that loyalty there, right, or the mental desire to be there, I don't even want to call it loyalty. I want to call it just the mental desire, right? The attitude that, yes, this is a beneficial relationship between me and the company. They're giving me what I need, and I'm giving them what they need. When that's done, many times we look at the people that we work with, especially the people that report to us, and we feel a large sense of obligation and care and concern for them to the point that we want to protect them. And sometimes we think, well, I'm getting all of the crap coming at me, and so if I leave, who's going to protect my team? And what I want to tell you is that really what you're there for? I'm not saying it is or it isn't. I just want you to answer that question. Instead of just jumping into that answer, because you are a very caring individual, I know you are, instead of just jumping there, ask yourself, is that the place you should go? You know, I love the fact that you're committed. I love the fact that you're caring. But the commitment to an organization, the commitment to a team is very different than, say, a commitment to your marriage. If you're married, you understand what I'm talking about. That commitment is supposed to be for life, right? Better or worse, you're going to figure this out together. You're a team. But if your spouse was coming to you and being completely disrespectful all the time and demanding everything from you and taking up all of your time and asking you to sacrifice all of the things that matter to you, right? Your personal time, your mental sanity, your sleep, your health, right? If your spouse was coming to you and demanding all of that from you, at some point you would step back and say, I cannot do this anymore. This is not a partnership. This is control. And I can't handle that anymore. Even in a marriage, you would ask yourself that. I would challenge you. I would hope that you would. It may take you a while, but you would eventually get to the point where you would ask yourself that, and you would push back and you would challenge, and unless something changed, you would leave. And so if that is the most important commitment that you can make in your life is your marriage, and you would eventually step out of that role, why would you not question and challenge the feedback and the conversations and the demands that are being placed upon you in your career and in your corporate job? I know that you probably make a lot of money. I know that that position matters to you on a multitude of levels. Multitude of levels. We're going to continue to talk about that. But if nothing else, you have kids, you have a family, and your pay takes care of everybody. At least half of everybody, right? Between you and if you have a spouse, your income combined. And so if nothing else, you need the income. But I will tell you that nothing is worth your health. Nothing is worth you. And if you're telling yourself, I'm just staying because I made the commitment and I'm going to live up to my commitment to this company and this team, I'm going to ask you if you're taking it just a little too far. How are they treating you? Is it just a bump in the road? Cool. Or is this a continued pattern of behavior where they demand and they push and maybe they're a little disrespectful and you try to create boundaries and they ignore them? Because it happens. It happens time and time and time again. And if that's what's happening and you would challenge it in your marriage, I would fully expect you to challenge in your career. And I'm not saying it is happening. Realize this. I'm just challenging you to step into this thought process. Just step into it with me for a minute. Just allow yourself to ask yourself the questions. Am I staying in my job because I'm telling myself I have to stay because I made a commitment? Is that what you're telling yourself? If that's your reason for staying, that's not a valid reason anymore. I'm not going to let you hang on to it. Your reason for staying should be, I'm growing, I'm fulfilled, I'm contributing, I'm valued. All of those things and more, those should be the reasons that you stay in your career. Nothing else. Now, yes, you need some money, but you can make some money while you look for another position. What I'm telling you is, if those aren't the reasons that you're staying there because it makes you happy and fulfilled, then I'm challenging you to question why. And this could be one of your reasons, and I really want you to look into it. Okay? That's your challenge for the day. Now, I want to throw out a little something else. I know that you all listen to me. Thank you so much for watching the videos. Thank you so much for listening to these podcast episodes. It means everything to me that I get to come into your home, into your ears on a regular basis and serve you. I'm going to be having some 3-day virtual events this year, creating those as a next level way to serve you. If you're interested in those virtual events, it'd be something you would love to hear, because I'm going to be talking about things that I'm talking about right now. Our leadership within ourselves. How are we thinking and serving ourselves? I'm going to be talking about business leadership. How do we take the business that we own, right, as corporate leaders, and take it to the next level and be irreplaceable? And how do we serve others? How do we become legendary people leaders? If it's something that you're interested in, send me a DM, send me an email, katrina@legendleaders.com. I'd love to hear from you. I'm going to be giving out some prizes. I'm going to be giving out some free tickets. I'm going to be doing some webinars and some different things. Would love to have you join me. So if it's something that you're interested in, I don't want you to miss out on the opportunity. Reach out to me and let me get you the information. As always, go and be legendary.